Hello, beautiful. How are you? You are absolutely amazing on this journey of self discovery, of this journey of intuitive eating and listening to your own hunger and fullness cues. But I know that after years and years of following external rules, after years of trying to listen or not listen to what is your body telling you, trying to trick your hunger and trying to stay away from being full because being full is something sinful, as something that we should not be experiencing. And then often in my practice, what I've seen a lot has been mistreated as a feeling of uncomfortable feeling. And we are trying to avoid this because we feel that feeling full in our stomach is actually a bad thing because we are already overeating or we are doing something we shouldn't. So, to determine what is the pleasant level of fullness, you're gonna walk through this Waterloo test. This is a standardized test being used for many, many, many years and developed by intuitive eaters, eater practitioners, to help people determine actually their stomach volume and also to determine what is pleasant and unpleasant fullness feels like and what is the difference between them. So we will now jump into sharing a screen and I will walk you through this test. But first, before we start, I want you to make sure that you are not full. You are not feeling hungry like as a hanger. You are not in a state of primal hunger. You are not rushed, and you are in a phase where you can take 10 to 15 minutes of just sitting around and listening to your body. Why is this important? Because if you're going to be rushed, if you're going to be disturbed by something, and if you are already full or too hungry, this reading is going to be and this reading is not gonna be what it is it's to be expected. So precise is what I want to say. So if you are not in any interface, stop this training and come back whenever you can. This training will take you 10 minutes and you will pause after the first phase. I'll walk you through that. And then you will pause after the second phase. And that's where you are done. I would love for you to share whatever the findings are, whatever you are experiencing. And also, if there's some resistance, some fears, something that you are actually experiencing while going through this. So, what are you gonna need? You're gonna need 2 glasses of 500 milliliters of water at the room temperature. The water needs to be still. Then you need a clock, 5 minute clock, and then you also need a paper and pen. I will walk you through a hunger and fullness level scale, but you don't really need that because you only not gonna be trying to figure out whatever you're feeling, but you will be only paying full attention to your body and to your body cues. So are you ready to start? If you need to postpone, this is where you want to pause. And if you are ready to start, let get me the screen share for you. Okay. So intuitive eating hunger scale. This is a scale we're going to be working towards. If you've never seen this before, I want you to really pay attention to this. This is actually what a hunger and fullness feels like for our body. When we are in the green, in the middle, we are experiencing a pleasant feeling. We are satisfied, we are neither hungry or we are neither full, or we can be pleasantly full. What is pleasant full? What is pleasant hunger? Maybe you never experienced this before. So this is on a different training. This is on a deeper dive into your own sensations. But right now, let's look into what actually is the whole range of the scale. So if we're going left, if we're going from a number 1 to number 10, you will see that as you are going from the one extreme to another extreme, you are really feeling unpleasant. The unpleasant feeling of hunger as a hanger, as starvation, feeling weak, feeling dizzy. You might experience different things in your body. You might experience this like feeling of horrible emptiness, of this like urge to need to go and eat something, or you might experience headaches. You might be really irritable, or you might even be angry. And this is where we don't really want to stay for a long time, because that's your body telling you you need to eat right now. But in my experience, many dieters are always balancing on the level of one or two, so very, very hungry or starving, because you might have seen it as a way of accomplishment that you are actually feeling hungrier and you are delaying food for such a long time. So as we climb towards to the number five, towards the green ones, the hunger is pretty much lower. I should have come to it from the other perspective. When you feel satisfied, no hungry, no full, and then your body and time actually work together, you will start seeing a pleasant hunger. So beginning to feel hungry, that's the number four. Then you might actually, if you're not going to respond to this hunger, which is okay, we don't need to respond to every single hunger. We will know our boundaries and we will know what feels pleasant for us. That could still feel neutral. But once we're going through three, two, or one, you are starting to feel pretty hungry. The only thoughts you can have is feeling of I need to eat something. Maybe you will find yourself that you are more preoccupied with the thoughts on food, of how to actually trick your hunger, and or how to last longer, or how to kind of make yourself occupied with something else so you don't have to think about food. When we are looking at the fullness, this is what we're going to be determining today. This is a fullness test, water loading standardized test. So if we go from the number five or six, which is feels the most pleasant because you are feeling content, you are pleasantly full. And if we're going to continue eating in this phase, which is no wrong nor right, you will start feeling neutral, more kind of like I'm slightly full. It's starting to feel unpleasant. If I'm gonna continue eating, I'm probably gonna feel really unpleasant, and then maybe I'm gonna need to like pop the pin on my pants, or I'm gonna need to uh like this is like really move myself or stop eating, or you might gonna have a feeling of sickness, of like stomach ache. It's really uncomfortable. So as you continue eating, none of us wants to live in the very extreme left, and none of us wants to be experiencing the very extreme right. So where it is that is your pleasant or neutral way of feeling fullness. um, as in my practice, I've experienced many women don't really feel safe to feel full, because we don't know how it's supposed to feel like. If you are constantly under eating, your level of fullness will be damaged. You might not be able to determine whether you are full or whether you are just satisfied, and this could feel really, really scary for you. So doing this test with the water, it actually gives you the feeling of that water actually passed through your stomach really fast. So even if you're gonna get into the point of uncomfortable fullness and stomach ache, this will pass. The feeling will pass within a 5 or 10 minutes, because your water doesn't have any resistance in your stomach, so it will literally pass into your small intestine. Also, it doesn't have any nutrients, it doesn't have any fiber, anything, so it will only make you pee a little bit more, probably. It can absolutely stay in the way of your determining your hunger at that point. So that's why I'm asking you to actually feel beginning to feel hungry, or satisfied, neither full or hungry, wherever you want to be right now on the scale. It's number 4 or 5. If you are feeling hungry, or if you're very hungry, or if you're already feeling stuffed, I don't want you to continue right now, and come back whenever you are in that place. Okay, so do we have our glass of water? I want you to take one glass of water, and I want you to set your clock at the 5 minutes mark. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this next slide. So the water load test, the first phase, we will literally go together. You will stop. You can stop this training, or you can continue working with me. I will set the clock at a 5 minute start, 5 minute timer in here as well, and wait for you to finish this. If you want to do it in your own pace, you definitely can. You just pause it and then move it 5 minutes longer. So the first phase, I want you to sit nice with your feet grounded on the floor. I want you to sit nice and tall. I want you to pay attention to how you're feeling. I want you to pay attention to your body language. What is your body telling you? Are you in a pain? Are you too tired? I want you to put these things aside, and I want you to focus only on your thorax and on your stomach. Check on the hunger scale level as we did before, where you are right now. Are you on number 4, 5, 6? If you are on any other number, I want you to stop this training again and continue whenever you are on 4, 5, or 6. I want you to pick up the glass. So I'm setting the timer right now. I want you to pick up the glass of water and take a first sip. I want you to track with your hand how the water is continuing going from your mouth through your thorax into your chest and into your stomach. Can you feel it in your stomach? It's okay if you don't, because you literally should be losing the sensation of water somewhere in here, somewhere around your neck. If it's really, really hot or really cold, you might be able to track it a little bit further. But whatever your body does is pretty much warming up any liquid that's going through your pipes down into your stomach and to the body temperature. So you should not be feeling it any longer. I want you to slowly keep drinking this glass of water with the awareness of where is the water going, how does it make me feel, and I want you to stop. I want you to drink slowly, no gulping, one sip after another one. So take one sip, pause, another sip, pause. You've got 5 minutes to do this. I want you to think about how you feel in your stomach. What on the hunger scale are you feeling right now? You might be at like a 1/4, 1/3 of the glass. Are you starting to feel slightly full, pleasantly full? Are you still feeling neither hungry nor full? I want you to continue drinking. I want you to continue drinking and checking on the hunger scale, what level you are right now. I want you to feel into your body. Is there any fear? Is there any anger coming in there? Is there any other feelings, anxiousness that are bubbling on top of your mind? Maybe you feel like I can't feel anything. Am I broken? No, it just means that your body is simply that hasn't reached the point where the sensation would reach your brain yet because you haven't drank enough. So I want you to continue drinking. Continue drinking and finish drinking whenever you feel you are at the slight uncomfortable feeling of fullness. So number 7. So you feel full. It's not about feeling no hungry anymore, but it's about whenever you feel full, I want you to stop. Maybe you already reached their point at the half of glass. Maybe you haven't reached a point even with the whole glass. So if you haven't, if you still feel like I'm fine, I can probably drink more, I want you to pick up the other glass and keep drinking one sip by another one. But I want you to stop at the moment when you feel that you are feeling full. Note on your paper, how does this feeling of fullness present itself in your body? Do you feel a pleasant sensation? Is it neutral for you? Do you feel unpleasant? Do you feel worried? Do you feel pressure in your stomach? What are the physical sensations? Is there pressure in your stomach? Do you feel bloated? Do you feel like I'm full, but I'm feel content? Put it on pen and paper to take notes of however this feeling of fullness feels for you. If you haven't reached your fullness yet, keep continuing. We still have 1 minute till the end of this phase. Maybe you want to just, take another sip to see how it feels like. If the sensation changed. So if you have reached your fullness right now, I want you to stop. I want you to stop and sit with the sensation and ask yourself, is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? Is it neutral? How does it feel for me? What are the thoughts if I would feel this way from eating food? This is only a water you are drinking right now. But how would it feel if you are actually reach this level of fullness while eating food? When is it the last time that you actually can recall that you felt this way after eating? Are you always under eating or are you always overeating? I want you to pay attention to this and I want you to make notes. Now we're going to continue with the second phase. So the second phase is literally the same thing as the first one. I know you already are feeling pretty full, but this water load test is to help you to determine what is actually the uncomfortable fullness feeling for you. And then even though you are feeling full right now, you might possibly gonna be able to drink even more or eat even more if it comes to food. So I just set the timer on a 5 o'clock again. And I want you to start taking sip from the other glass. If you haven't finished the first glass, leave that be. Pick up the second one. If you already started on the second one, just continue with the second one. Take one sip and feel how the water is traveling down to your stomach. How does it make you feel? Can you keep continuing? Can you have maybe another sip? How does it make you feel? Is the hunger scale, are you feeling stuffed right now? If you're feeling stuffed, I want you to keep continuing. Remember, it's only water and this feeling will pass really fast. Your body is equipped to actually help you to feel pleasant or neutral as quickly as possible by increasing the motility of your stomach and your intestines. So I want you to keep drinking. What are the thoughts coming up to you? Make a note of them. After every sip, I want you to make a note of how does it make you feel? Is there any emotions coming up to you? What are those emotions? Is there worry? Is there anger? Is there disappointment? Is there fear? What else is there? Maybe you are afraid that you can't keep doing this, but you only took one more sip. It's okay. I want you to keep drinking sip by sip until you feel very uncomfortable, until you feel like your stomach pretty much aches, like you can't physically fit any more water. You might even feel like this, like like not vomit, but like purging sensation in your body. It's like I can't take any more water. Like I'm done. Like it hurts. I want you to stop at that feeling, and I want you to sit there for a minute with this feeling. If you haven't reached it yet, I want you to keep drinking one sip by another one. Take your time. There's no rush in here. You can always pause this and keep drinking even past. I want you to make a note of how does it make you feel? What are the thoughts? And now I want you to think about when was the last time you felt this way when you ate food? What are the sensations coming to you and what are the emotions coming to you if you would be feeling right now, right that, if you actually would not be drinking only water, but you would be eating food? Is there any behaviors coming up to you that you would like have to make up for something, that you would like need to go and get rid of this food, or you would need to make up for that by not eating for a long time, or is there any feelings of shame or guilt? What else is coming up to you? I want you to mark all of these moments, all of these feelings. If you are my private client or if you are in one of the groups, I want you to share this with me as soon as you do this test. If you're none of that, I want you to share this with me in a private message because I will help you to move through this. And why? Because the fear of overeating is real and it will stop you from actually listening to your body whenever it has enough. And until we can reach this path, this phase of feeling comfortable in our own body and trusting that our body will stop you whenever it feels uncomfortable, it's going to be hard for you to actually give yourself unconditional permission to eat. So why this is the first step on your intuitive eating journey. It's bringing awareness, attuning your body to your sensations, and tuning yourself to your body sensations. Sorry. And if we can trust that our body will give us that heads up, it's really, really important for us to do that, because you might find that every time you eat maybe the same food, you might find a different level of fullness. You might find that one day 2 tablespoons of porridge are more than enough. But another day, 1 bowl is not enough for you. So we are reaching the 5-minute threshold. I want you to pay attention to how do you feel right now? Do you feel really sick? What are the sensations? What is the uncomfortable feeling? How does it present physically and emotionally within you? And now I want you to think about one thing. Your body is always working with you towards feeling neutral or pleasant. So if you are overeating, if you overate, there's nothing to do. Your body will increase the motility in your stomach to actually help you get rid of the food as soon as possible and feel comfortable again. It might take some time. It depends whatever food is there. With the water, it's much faster. Now you are probably like 2 or 3 minutes past you actually reach that very uncomfortable feeling in your stomach. I want you to think about, how do you feel right now? Is it still so painful and uncomfortable? Wait another couple of minutes. I want you to come back to your body. I want you to sit with your body for another 5 or 10 minutes. And I want you to realize how much the sensations in your body changing with the time. And then I want you to come back to your body in half an hour after this exercise is finishing. I want you to check on with your body, where are you on this hunger scale level? From very uncomfortable, are you only slightly uncomfortable, or are you actually pleasantly full? Maybe you're actually beginning to feel hungry. Or maybe you are actually pretty hungry and your stomach is beginning to growl. That's how quickly your stomach is working and your body is working with you. So even though if we unfortunately overeat because we chose to, or we couldn't determine the level of our fullness at the first place, we will slowly reach the point of where our body is asking for more food and wants us to feel pleasant or neutral again. So let me know, share with me whatever has come up for you. And I'm so grateful that I could have done this test with you. Looking forward to hearing whatever has come up, what thoughts, what emotions are there. And believe me, I'm here for you. I went through the same thing. I went through the same thing with every single of my clients. So you are not in here alone. And it's absolutely normal to feel confused, afraid, anxious, and maybe a little bit disappointed if in what such a simple thing might be hard for you to actually determine. Be compassionate about your body, because your body is here for you and is always working towards making you feel pleasant. Trust your body and your body will trust you. That's everything from me today.